Go to Faiz Jamil in New Delhi. Faiz, so India's top army commander in Kashmir blaming the ISI, but what evidence are they providing?
Well, they're just going off what the common narrative that India always gives. It's here in India, it's a well-believed fact, well, believed in their mind, that Pakistan, that these armed groups are based on Pakistani territory and that they're with impunity. And in many cases, they do have evidence on that. This specific case, they haven't presented any, though. Because they're also one of the things of this news conference was trying to cover over the intelligence lapse that occurred. Many analysts and critics are saying that one of the reasons this attack happened in the first place was a major lapse in intelligence. Why was the convoy, the paramilitary convoy, so large? Why didn't anyone check the road? Why was a civilian vehicle allowed? And how could so much explosives be gathered by one group and intelligence officials not know about it? So they're trying to shift the attention away from there, for one thing. The other thing is they're trying to put more pressure on the Pakistani government to address these issues of having armed groups that have publicly said have condemned India being in the Indian-administered Kashmir that are based in Pakistan. In terms of hard evidence, none. But what this is they're trying to show that something is being done and that they're really taking all action that they can at this point.
So clearly, Prime Minister Modi under pressure, I imagine, to take action in the wake of this attack. But what are his options, really?
Well, they're fairly limited. Currently, the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is visiting the region. He's due to come to India on Tuesday itself, so that nothing is expected to happen during his visit. But Modi has to kind of balance what he does in terms of what he can do to appease the domestic audience, but also what he can do to antagonize Pakistan without causing any significant retaliation and escalate the situation even further. So it's a balancing game that Modi and the government are playing right now.
Thank you for that, Faiz Jamil in New Delhi. Let's cross over now to Kamal Haider in Islamabad. Kamal, Imran Khan is due to address the nation this hour about this latest flare-up in tensions in the disputed Kashmir region. What tone, what stance are we expecting him to take?
Well, Pakistan has already taken a very matured and balanced position as far as this crisis is concerned. The foreign minister saying that they had exercised constraint on this issue despite the provocations from India. Imran Khan is not a warmonger, and he's, of course, already said that he wants to improve relations with India and talk about all outstanding issues. When he first became Prime Minister, he said and offered to India that if India took one step towards Pakistan, that Pakistan would take two. So we are going to see probably the Prime Minister again reiterating that fact, that the only solution is through dialogue, through talks, and not rhetoric like this. Now, it should also be remembered that the Pakistani Foreign Minister has written to the Secretary General of the United Nations asking him to help de-escalate this crisis, which is emanating from the strong rhetoric. The Foreign Minister also saying that he had warned the permanent members of the Security Council a few weeks ago that a Pakistan bashing campaign would probably be underway in India, and for the purpose of trying to galvanize the Hindu extremist vote. Now, it must also be remembered that there are saner voices in India who see that the Kashmir issue is now an indigenous issue. India has to deal with it with utmost care rather than pointing fingers across the border, which could escalate into something very ugly, which either country cannot afford.
Yeah, and as we speak, Kamal, Imran Khan has begun his address to the nation. The Pakistani Prime Minister speaking there live in Islamabad. His first public address, his first address to the nation in the wake of the attack in disputed Kashmir on Thursday that killed 41 Indian security personnel, an attack which has been claimed by the Pakistan-based group, but Pakistan denying involvement in the attack. Kamal, you've covered the Kashmir issue for a number of years now. How do the recent events compare to previous crises? Just how high is the risk of escalation right now, given the rhetoric we're hearing from New Delhi?
Well, this is something that is not new. India has used strong rhetoric in the past. The two countries almost came to a shooting war when Vajpayee, the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, was Prime Minister after the attack on the Indian Parliament. But India has limited options. It cannot afford to escalate a crisis at a time like this. Also, you heard Faiz saying that the Saudi Crown Prince was also expected. They're also going to weigh in and try to calm down the situation, because the Saudi Foreign Minister had also earlier said that he would try to play his role in de-escalating the crisis between India and Pakistan.
OK, Kamal, thank you very much for the moment. We will keep a close eye on what Imran Khan is saying and come back to you if there are any important news lines from his address to the nation.